And welcome aboard. This is our Ask the Expert series. We go all weekend long, and the telephone number for you to join the conversation is 855-297-9696. 855-297-9696. 21232 is the texting contact. And this is the Andrey Bustamante Real Estate Show, brought to you by GuaranteedSale.com. Free home evaluations in under 30 seconds. You want to call Andrey? It's easy. 888-785-0440. Andrey with a Y, AndreyBustamante.com. And we have a guest that we kind of talked about a week or so ago. We have a super guest in here. You've heard her before if you're a regular listener to the program, from Interiors Defined Incorporated. It's Janine Edwards, and it takes a lot when you are getting ready to sell your home. Andrey and I love to point out, and so does Janine, that you are not only up against the guy with the for sale sign down the block, but you are up against the big builders, the big developers that are coming along and selling homes. They have professional everybody helping them get things done. That's why you need this team on your side so that you're on an equal footing with everybody else out there. Matter of fact, you've got an advantage with this team. What are you doing, Andrey? You're all dressed up today.
Good, man. You know, nothing different. Same old. Just busy. Been a good week here at the office, and just happy to be here live yet another week, and excited to bring on Janine Edwards from Interiors Defined. We've been working with Janine now for over 3 years, and she's one of our secret weapons. She makes me look better, week in and week out. So we're happy to bring her back out, and we'll be talking about different things, trends in the real estate market, things that buyers are looking for, things that sellers should remove or add to their houses to make them look more appealing to more people, and just overall answering any questions you have. So whether it be buying, selling, refinancing, whatever question you may have, we'll do our best to answer it. If we don't know it, we'll point you in the right direction, and that's what we're here for. So you could reach us 7 days a week at 888-785-0440. That's 888-785-0440. Don't forget, if you're out shopping this weekend, you could go online to bestorlandomlssearch.com. Don't forget, we talked about it last week. Mm-hmm. You could be driving down a neighborhood if you're curious, and perhaps you don't really want to talk to call the number on the sign and talk to the agent. Just simply log on to Best Orlando MLS Search. It's really cool. You don't even need to plug in the address because if you have on your smartphone, if you have your location set on, it'll actually calculate which homes are near you that are for sale or for rent, whatever it is that you're looking for, and it'll give you all the details on it. I will just put a disclaimer out there. After about 4 or 5 properties, the system will automatically prompt you for your information. No worries. We're not going to share that information with anybody else. It's strictly for us, and we will reach out to you in case there's any questions you may have with the system. And, of course, we are here to help. And, as always, if you're looking to buy or sell, I encourage you to visit the website, AndreyBustamante.com. If you haven't heard about us, and there may be people that haven't heard about us.
How can that be?
I encourage you to go online, check out some of the testimonials. There's a lot more on YouTube. So just do your research, go online, and we'd love to help.
All right, very good. Let's get on the phones right now. If you're having problems selling your home, that would be a really cool line of questioning today. Just say, I started off, am I priced too high? Am I in the wrong neighborhood? What's going on? Are they going to build a Walmart in my backyard? I just don't have no idea. 855-297-9696. 21232 is the text line. And don't forget, we have a very, very accomplished designer here from Interiors Defined, Janine Edwards, and she has all kinds of initials after her name, IDS and CAPS, and I'm sure that means something.
She's got it all. So let's welcome Janine to the show. Janine, thanks for being here with us yet another week.
Oh, thanks, Andrey. I'd love to be back.
I'm sure by now you're a celebrity of your own with all of our clients, and I love this because it's a pre-introduction to clients that have yet to work with you, and to the ones that we're currently working to get together on. It's nice because everything you tell them when you go to their home, they could hear it here, and it's just it reinforces everything you just told them this week.
Right. It's exciting to go on consultations with your clients and go in and help them prepare their home for sale aesthetically and answer their questions, it's proven that it definitely does make a huge difference in getting it sold more quickly.
You know what I like, Rob? The
What's that?
fact is, Janine, she's kind of like the doctor that helps the homeowners take the emotion out of selling.
There you go.
Would you agree to that? And
I
it's okay to
definitely
disagree.
agree. No, I definitely agree. One of the first things that I tell them when I walk in is how you sell a home or prepare it to be sold is totally different than how you're living in it. So
I stole that line from you, by the way.
Oh, good, good.
I always use that.
I love that.
Well, it's really true because emotionally you're attached to the home, and how you live in a home is your own business. But once you decide to put it on the market, it is a product to be sold, and we treat that totally different. And so we have to take the emotion out of it. We have to make them realize that even though they think it looks great the way that it is, and it may for them, I'm looking at it through the lens of a camera. Number one fact that people should understand is that 97, and you can back me on this, Andre, I think this is correct, 97% of the people go on the MLS first to shop, and what they're seeing are the photographs. So when I walk in, I'm looking at that room through the lens of a camera. I'm looking at how it's going to show on MLS, because if it doesn't show well on MLS, you're missing a huge market.
Yeah, I mean, and she's absolutely right. It's definitely in the upper 90s, 96, 97% of buyers begin their search online. So, and I've used that same exact thing. I always encourage our home sellers to come and visit us at our office, and let's put on their buyer glasses, if we will, and let's take a look at how your home is going to position on the market compared to other homes from a buyer's perspective. But I really love that part, what you just said, looking at it from the camera lens, because ultimately, say if you have a lavender color or whatever other color, maybe in person it looks nice. It matches the flow of the home. But perhaps on camera, maybe it's not going to look good. So, and we've talked about this, Rob, week in and week out, daily, buyers are online, whether they're looking at my website, on Zillow, Trulia, you name it, Realtor.com. They're looking for a reason not to go see that home. So if they see a color they don't like, a pink, a lavender, whatever, black, they're going to say, oh, honey, let's take that one off the list. So your home has to show incredibly well through that lens.
It's very true. And perceived value, one of the things that I tell them, Andre, is once you've done everything, hopefully, that I've suggested you do, take pictures and then look at it again, because there may be a couple of prints on the wall that you think look just fine, but they are taking away from the overall look, and that will jump out. It shows you how it will show.
Now, let me ask,
MLS.
I think we got to go to break here, but when we come back, I'm going to ask you, Janine, if it's actually true, and maybe you could back this up with some statistics, how much money can someone expect, or what type of return on investment can someone expect when they do staging? And the alternative, maybe not staging at all, and what the difference is on the final outcome. So we'll talk about that.
Okay.
Hey, when we come back, we'll do that and more, and we'll take your calls and your text. If you have questions about how to go about this or how you can get Janine's services, you can call us at 855-297-9696, 855-297-9696. Text us at 21232, 21232. This show, another great example of the fact that with Andrey Bustamante, you also get a team. These people, they're a team of people that can help you stage your home, inspect your home, take a look at everything that needs to be done. He brings an entire team. That's why Sean Hannity talks about him all the time. We'll be back right here on News 96.5. And welcome back to the show. We are asking the experts, and this is the Andrey Bustamante Real Estate Show, brought to you by GuaranteedSale.com, okay, and Best Orlando, MLSsearch.com. Andre during the week, 888-785-0440, AndreyBustamante.com. And our special guest today from Interiors Defined is Janine Edwards. Let's get back to the show.
So I was actually just posting on here. So if you see the video on YouTube, you'll see what is Andre doing on his phone. I was actually posting a picture of Janine and I on Facebook, and if I get a chance, I'll put it on Twitter. I'm trying to get more Twitter followers. I recently just started using Twitter, so just kind of, I guess, you just go on there and search for me, Andrey Bustamante. I think it'll come up.
Show up.
I've been using it a lot more, especially those of you that know me. I'm a huge sports fan, so especially soccer. So the soccer trading deadline in Europe, I think, ends today or tomorrow.
Oh, boy.
And there's a lot of big names in the market. So I'm on Twitter all day long. It seems like nowadays, if you want to get your news, it seems like the news stations are always a little bit behind. But you go on social media, and people are delivering the news on the second. So it's really cool. So before the break, let's do something really quick. Janine, if someone has heard you and already knows about you, what's the best way that they can get in contact with you? Best website and best phone number.
Okay, the best phone number is 407-695-2300. That's our office number. And the website is www.idihomestaging.com.
Cool. Easy enough. And our number at the office, 888-785-0440. What trends are going on currently in the real estate market? Have things changed at all? Or is, back same thing as always, basics?
I think there certainly are trends. The urban look is very
it's in.
It's very in today, and it's a nice, clean, simple, contemporary look. A little warmer, a little softer than your stark contemporary. So it works for a lot of people. It's very transitional, and so whether you're staging to sell or designing to live, it's a great look.
And you do both of those?
Yes, we do both of it.
Beautiful. Now, one of the things we always mention here on the show, that it's kind of, when you go to sell real estate, either you sell at the top of the market, middle of the market, or bottom of the market. So for those of you that want to sell at the bottom of the market and just want to sell the property as is, I highly encourage you to price your home as is and make sure the price reflects the condition. But those of you that are looking to sell at the top of the market, you may want to stay tuned to this show. Janine, for those people that are trying to get as much money out of their home as possible, does redecorating or rearranging their furniture, does it make sense?
Yes, it really does. It absolutely does. And when people ask, why should I stage? There are two reasons: time and money. Money, obviously, everybody is interested in. The longer your home is on the market, it's costing you money. So time and money both enter into the factor, and they think that it's going to cost them to stage, and sometimes it does. But I promise you that it is a rare occasion if it's going to cost you as much as your first price reduction if you don't. So it depends on what people need. Sometimes we go in, we do a consultation, give them a list of things to do themselves, declutter, move furniture, get a better arrangement, take photographs down, some personal items, change some paint colors. Those aren't expensive things. They make a huge difference.
I always get this question, and this is going to be a question I'm going to ask Luis, the photographer, to cut out. I always get this. Shouldn't the buyer, or this is the real question, my wife and I feel more comfortable with letting the buyer decide their own paint colors and decide their own carpet colors after they purchase our home. What's your answer to that?
My answer to that is one of the reasons we ask people to neutralize is because they can't visualize. So if
the buyers can't visualize.
The buyers can't. 1 in 9 or 1 in 10 people can visualize when they go visit a property, and that is a very real statistic. And I've done model homes for builders for many years. They know this. That's why they do models and have us come in and put furnishings and neutral colors, and so people can visualize. They see what they see. They don't see past what they're seeing.
Now, most people's fear is they're going to spend the money on something that the buyer is not going to like. What do you say?
Well, if you're keeping it neutral,
and working with a professional.
One of the big things, whether it's myself or somebody else, get professional guidance, because that saves you money. And people think that it costs them money if they hire a professional. In the long run, it definitely makes you money. If
Get
it's
it done right the first time.
Exactly. It saves you.
Now, what about people that say, well, I'd rather offer a credit to the buyer and have them do the changes?
Again, it goes back to people can't visualize. So that credit really doesn't mean much to them if they can't visualize what it would be once they redid that carpeting or repainted those walls or,
so it's a moot point because you may be offering them a $5,000 credit to repair the carpet or change the color of the walls. But the buyer may look at it and say, honey, this is going to cost a hell of a lot more money than $5,000.
And they're always
in reality,
going to
maybe less.
They're always going to think that it's going to cost more because they don't know.
They can't visualize.
They can't visualize unless they're that 1 out of 10 people.
Yeah.
And they can, but otherwise, no.
Is wallpaper.
Right.
Is that something that homeowners nowadays should remove from their homes?
Usually, if they have the wall covering, it's been there for a while, so it dates the house. And anytime you walk into a home, you should not be able to tell the age of the person that's living there or the age of the home by the furnishings.
Wow. Can you repeat that again?
Wow.
That's a nugget, golden
Oh,
nugget
I
right
love
there.
that.
Well, it's when you walk into a home, you should not be able to tell how old the house is or how old the people are that are living there.
And I'll add this. They shouldn't be able to tell the religious beliefs of the person that lived there.
Or who they're voting for or who they're rooting for team-wise. Really.
Mm-hmm. Does that extend to collectibles? I've walked into some houses. One particular house, it just kills me in Maldora. The lady collects farm memorabilia and farm stuff. The house looks like a gift shop. I mean, there's no wall space at all. Everywhere you look, it's just clutter, or I'd use another word if this wasn't a Sunday. Goodness gracious. I don't see how she lives in it.
Bordering
but she's
hoarder.
trying to sell it.
Yeah.
And you walk in and you're going, please.
Yeah, that includes that as well. Whether you collect farming stuff or little cows, every way, shape, form, cow size there is, or pigs or
clowns.
Clowns.
Remember the clowns?
We've had the clowns.
We've had the clowns.
We've had a Mickey Mouse
I'm
one
sorry,
where it was all Disney'd out. It was incredible.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Those types of homes would need to be, we'd have to come in there and just declutter, depersonalize. Incredible. And that includes family portraits.
Yes.
People don't want to see your family portraits, and you end up losing them there. So when we come back, we're going to talk about 15 buyer and seller mistakes that you should avoid. So stay tuned.
All right. And don't avoid signing up with Bustamante Real Estate. That's the first good thing you can do. You get that done, you got the whole team on your side. Then you just let them do all the work, and you go off to Bermuda someplace. We'll be back with more on News 96.5. Welcome back. This is the Andrey Bustamante Real Estate Show. And you can call Andre during the week at 888-785-0440. AndreyBustamante.com. That's Andre with a Y. BestOrlandoMLSSearch.com. Check that out. You are going to love it. We've got phones right now. We've got 7 open lines. You need to call us at 855-297-9696. 855-297-9696. 21232 is the text. 21232. And a lot of people still ask us, what do you mean when you say text 21232? Well, if you go into your messaging app on your smartphone, right there where it says contact or recipient, just put 21232, those numbers, 21232, and that goes right into Tim's computer right here on his desk. And then we can go ahead and read that text right on the air. That way you don't have to worry about, carrying the phone along with you and all that sort of thing. You get about 20, 25 words. Okay, Andre, you're up.
So something interesting, if you did not know, famous celebrities that have called Orlando home Bishop Moore High School attendee, Mandy Moore. She started her career here as a singer, and obviously we know she went on to stardom. Since then, I guess she's kind of gotten out of the limelight.
Wow.
But I was prepared to talk about this this week of famous people that call or have called Orlando home. And it's funny, yesterday we were having dinner with some people, and they're like, yeah, we know Mandy Moore, and she started her career here. I'm like, wow.
I didn't know that.
What a coincidence. Yeah, I didn't either. And that's incredible. And there's other people. So we'll post a link on our Facebook page. So when you're sitting around, with friends and family, you're like, hey, did you guys know?
Did you know?
Such and such called Orlando home. So that's kind of interesting.
That is very cool.
We're back here to the show. We're pleased and honored to have Janine Edwards from Interiors Defined here on the show. She is our secret weapon. She's the one that goes out and makes your home look impeccable so that it sells for more money. And one of the things that I want to speak about is that, and we were kind of talking about this a couple breaks ago, is price is only a factor in the absence of value. So if you're looking to sell it for the most amount of money, and even maybe more than that, one of the things that we do is we'll go on the record and say we can sell your home for 12 to 18% more money. And part of our secret weapon is Janine. We feel that if someone's looking at your home and then it looks so phenomenal online, we feel that we can even create a bidding war, and we've done it. We've got tons of case studies to prove it. So part of how we do that is Janine. And we make the homes look like model homes. But it's not just her part, or it's not just the photography, or it's not just the inspection, or it's not just the appraisal. It's the overall home selling system that we now call, it's our certified home selling system. Janine is part of that secret recipe for success. So if anybody out there is on the market to sell your home, and you're reasonable and you're a nice person and you'd like for someone to sell your home, we're more than happy to help you.
I just love it. I keep saying, you bring so many teammates here. We've talked to the guys that can look at the roof of your home and see if it's going to need, either side of the equation, whether you're buying or selling, you need these people in on it. Got to get Janine. You can help somebody that's already bought, right? They buy a home from Andrey,
exactly,
and they say, "Well, what can I do with this? I don't even, I like the home,
right?
But I don't know what to do to really make it stand out."
One of the things that we do if they're moving, we can not only help them prepare the home for sale, but then we can view where they're going if they know, and then plug in, tell them what's going to work there, what isn't going to work, so that they'll know what to move, what not to move.
How important is that? Because maybe, sometimes when you're looking at a home that is a pre-owned home, somebody's been living in it, sometimes it comes down to, are you going to leave that?
Right.
Or the other way to ask it is, I hope you're going to leave that.
Exactly.
And if you say, well, that's not going to work, if you tell the people, well, that refrigerator, those appliances are not going to work in the new home that Andrey's selling you down the street, so enhance the sale by leaving them here.
And that's exactly right. In fact, I'm working on a project now that they are leaving a home in Stony Brook and going to another home. I know that the leather furniture in their family room is not going to fit in their new place. So they have told the prospective buyers what's for sale and what isn't. Appliance-wise, it's the same thing. Plus, a lot of people are downsizing.
Yes.
And so when they're downsizing, it's overwhelming. That's a real emotional thing. And so I go in and let them know their favorite things. They let me know what's really important to them, and then I make sure that those are things that we can work into their new home.
Have you ever, suggested to somebody, like the model homes do, to where you're saying, well, your home is going to sell. Andrey's got, it's been repainted. They got a nice video of it. The landscape's been enhanced. But I think we need to go down to Aaron's Furniture or something and put some furniture in here that is going to enhance the looks of this quote. Because once you're selling it, it becomes a model home, right?
Right.
It's a product.
It is a product. And, we do that with vacant properties. We do aesthetic staging for Andrey and others, where that involves artwork, greenery, doing the kitchen, the baths. It's not. It's very cost effective. It warms it up. And
she basically has a solution for everybody. For,
I like that.
For investors, for current owner-occupied homes, you name it. I mean, for buyers. And one of the things she mentioned, which is really cool, and I just took a note of that, is actually offering your services to our buyers. Sort of like what I did at my home when my wife and I bought our house recently. I had Janine at the house, and she was giving us ideas. So one of the things that I'd like to do is offer her services to anyone that buys a home through us, because it's awesome. Very very few people have that vision or that time to make their home look like a model home. I think we would all like to, but all too often we start just collecting a bunch of crap. And then the final painting isn't what we really had in mind because we didn't have, a strategy. And Janine can actually help with that strategy.
I guess it would pay, Janine, for somebody to say, okay, they take the pictures, which you suggested.
Right.
And then they say, okay, now let's have a real family meeting. What are we going to take down to a storage unit? Even if these are things we want to take to our next house, all the Yadros, all the clowns, whatever, my Budweiser collection,
Right.
Let's get all that and let's take it all to a storage bin. And then when we move in the new house, we can just have the moving van go there too.
Exactly.
No reason to have this stuff here.
That's exactly right. And we do that quite a bit.
Really?
If there is so much in the home, it needs to be lightened, it needs to be decluttered, it needs to be depersonalized. And we definitely recommend to certain clients that they put things in storage, box them up, remove them so that you're selling square footage. And so people want to see the home. They want to see the features of the home, the architectural features, the size of the home. And if there's too much clutter, if the furniture is out of scale, if it's too large, then it goes back to that one person in 10 can visualize, the other 9 cannot.
A lot of women love closet space
Right.
and cabinet space.
Right.
Do you recommend a full closet or a closet that's been kind of decluttered as well? Let's get all that
It needs to be
junk out of there.
decluttered because everyone is walking in and looking in closets and drawers and cabinets because they need to know that their things are going to fit into this home. And if they open the door and it's overflowing, then that's sending a message that this isn't going to work.
Really?
It's really about they need to feel like they could make that home their own. And when they move, when they go in and they're viewing the home and they open the master master bedroom closet, and they see a bunch of crap everywhere, that puts them off.
Yeah, it does.
And you may have a big closet, but if there's a bunch of stuff in there, it may make the closet look small. So the wife or somebody's going to say, honey, now let's move on to the next one. There's certainly not enough space on this.
See, this is what we talk about when we say let's have professionals help you sell the most expensive product you will ever sell. You try it yourself. You try that Fizbo thing, and you don't think about things just like this. That's why you listen to this show. It's the Andrey Bustamante Real Estate Show. Today, Janine Edwards is with us, and we will be back right here on News 96.5. Welcome back. Yes, this is the Andrey Bustamante Real Estate Show. Call Andrey at 888-785-0440, AndreyBustamante.com. And if you're driving around and you say, I think we want to start looking for a home. I love this neighborhood, love this school district, love how close it is to the new Beltway going around town. BestOrlandoMLSsearch.com. Janine Edwards is with us. We're going to get her contact information, but first we got a couple of texts. First one. Hi there. I was wondering if Andrey would sell commercial property in Titusville.
The answer is yes. Give me a call or visit my website. Website is AndreyBustamante.com. And 888-785-0440. We can certainly help you out with that.
I used to work in that mall over there a long time ago. Do you believe it is necessary to stage a home that is vacant when you put it up for sale? Janine.
I believe it is necessary if you want to sell it more quickly and for more money. I think that it can make a huge difference whether it is, like I mentioned before, aesthetic staging, where we go in with some artwork, some greens, soften and give it a personality and make it memorable against other properties that people are viewing, or go in and fully stage the key areas with furnishings. Statistics say that and have proven that it gets them sold more quickly and more money.
If you want to leave money on the table, don't do it. And for those of you that don't believe in it, I highly encourage you, price it as is and position your price accordingly. But those of you that are still in that curiosity state, like, we like to be always in a curiosity state, out of judgment into curiosity, go into a model home, and then after that, go check out a resale home. Model home that is staged versus go into one or two homes that are vacant, perhaps foreclosures. Go check them out and see what the difference is and how you feel, because ultimately it's just about tapping into that emotional part with the buyer. And that's it. If you do a good job, and with the model home, you're going to touch every single emotional point with the buyer, and they're going to be able to connect and feel good about it, and they're going to pay you top dollar.
I don't understand why people, Janine, do this with a car, but they don't think about it with their home. They will go down there and get that car detailed,
right.
And they will make sure there's a fresh oil sticker on the windshield from Larry Perry, and they'll kind of go, let's clean that engine a little bit so it looks good before we take it out to David Moss or whoever.
Exactly.
Okay. Then they've got a $200,000 product on their hand. They want to move somewhere else. They pick up the phone. They call the first realtor who's got the most signs in town. Well, that may be an indication
doesn't mean
there.
that they're not selling.
Yeah, they're not selling there. Okay, there's a problem. All right. So anyway, they just call and they say, yeah, whatever. Put that thing on the door so people can look at it and get my house sold. Goodness gracious.
They don't take the time. I mean, they take more time buying a watch. They take more time buying a purse. You said it perfectly. I'm going to steal that one as well. It's selling a damn car. So, folks, really quick, a success story. I'm starting to see a lot of for sale by owners out there, and just beware. The real estate market is stable right now. We're not going to see these appreciations and all these, 10%, 20% yearly appreciations, folks. We're starting to see the market really level off. A really quick success story. About a month ago, a for sale by owner called us. He said, hey, listen, I've been trying to sell my house for 2 or 3 months. I got it on Zillow. I got it on Craigslist, and the home's not selling. So he had it on the market. I think it was like $80,000. And yes, we deal with properties in all different price points, millions, and as well as $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 homes. It's all good. So $80,000 on the market came to us. We did a couple things. We did our certified home sale. We got it under contract after about 2 weeks on the market for over $100,000. He was a FSBO at 80, for sale by owner at 80. We got it under contract at 100.
See, I don't know why somebody. I do know why they think. Well, I'm gonna not get that realtor his percentage. I'm gonna sell the house myself. All right. Are you going to hire the drone to take the pictures of it? Are you going to, put it on the internet? Are you going to use all the things? You got Sean Hannity talking about, that Cliff Dover down there in Orlando, he sure knows how to sell a house. I don't think so. It's about Andrey Bustamante.
We have a system for selling homes. When that buyer calls that they want to see your house at 3 p.m., are you going to get out of work to go open the door? The answer is no. That's the answer I get week in and week out. Last week, I called a lady that called us from the show here as I was leaving, and she's a for sale by owner. I said, ma'am, how are you going to manage that? Well, I guess I'll have to show it after I get out of work at 6 or 7 o'clock at night. It's hard, folks. People don't want to see homes around your schedule. They want to see homes around their schedule. And what was funny is we created a bidding war, and it sold for more than asking price, where he had never gotten a single showing. The only people he had calling off of that Craigslist sign advertisement was agents. So interesting. Really quick here, 15 mistakes that you want to avoid, and we got 2 minutes here before our show's over, and we got to check you next week. Buyers are making mistakes and not getting an inspection. So this is one of the biggest things, folks. We talked about this last week or the week before with our inspectors. Make sure that you're getting a home inspection. And I'm not going to go over all of them. I did post a link on Facebook.com/Andrey Bustamante team. Buying or not buying based on decor. And if you're a buyer and perhaps the seller did not stage the home, I encourage you, look beyond the paint color. Look beyond that ugly wallpaper. And let's bring Janine on. Perhaps you can, if you're looking to buy that house, and hopefully you're never going to see us representing a home that's in that condition. But if you're looking to buy that house, chances are everyone else thinks that wallpaper is ugly and that color is ugly. So you could probably get that home at a discount, then bring Janine on, and she could make that home into a model home. Let me see what else is interesting here. On the selling side, not keeping resale in mind when renovating. Don't over-renovate your home. Waiting to list until the warmer weather. Folks, it's always a great time to sell. Setting the price too high or setting the price too low. Not doing enough marketing. Not getting a real estate agent. We just talked about this. And last but not least, not staging your home. So if you want to go into detail about these 15 tips, go to facebook.com/the Andrey Bustamante team. We're out of time, folks.
Well, we have run out of time. Janine, how do people get a hold of you again?
407-695-2300 is the office number, and website is www.idihomestaging.com.
Oh, you got to go to that website. You have to go to that. And go to Andrey's and look at how he has received not only local but national recognition, and how he's being recognized for drones and taking pictures of homes from the air and more and more and more.
888-785-0440. That's 888-785-0440. Don't forget about your free home evaluations online at guaranteedsale.com. Folks, it's been a pleasure. We'll see you all next week.